Welcome friends. This is the part of this video series on the topic of multithreading in Java. In the previous video, we saw the two different ways to create thread. So let us do one of them with a simple Java program. The first one we saw is to create thread by subclassing the Java.lang.Thread class. So to create a thread, we need to create a subclass of Java.lang.Thread, and then we have to override the public void run method. So let us go and see by an example. Let's create a class as myThread by extending thread class, and we need to override the public void run method. And here we will write the code that we want to execute by this thread. So suppose we want to have a display from 1 to 10 with the help of a loop. So this is a subclass of thread myThread. Let us add a statement to display begin and end with the help of system.out.println method. Outside the loop, we will write a statement that thread finished. And now how to use the thread. So first of all, we have to create the instance of a subclass of thread and then call the start method. The start method is responsible to internally call the run method and start a thread. So let's have a main method that will be used to start a thread. So now we have to instantiate the subclass of thread. So let us create an object and then call the start method. But before going to test the program, let me add a statement to display that main start, main begins, and main ends. So in this way we have created a subclass of thread, an instance of thread, and then we have started the thread, and after starting the thread I have displayed a message that our main thread is finished. So let us compile and run the program. So the compilation is done. Now we can execute the program. So we will see that main begins, and after thread start, main ends, thread begins, and the statements are coming from user thread with the value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let us restart the program. Let us re-execute the program. Output is same. So after main begin, it creates an object of thread, and start method is invoked to call the run method, and when the run method is going to start, the main thread finished, and then the user thread started, and after the 10 loop, user thread also finished. So what will happen if we will call, instead of start, if we will call the run method directly? If we will call the run method directly on the thread object instead of start method, what will happen? So you can see that compilation is successful. So there is no problem with compilation, but it will not create a separate thread, but it will call the run method as normal method instead of a separate thread. So it is not an independent execution path, it is the part of main method, and so main will finish after the termination of thread. So you can see here that main begins, thread begins, the result of loop, then thread finish, and then main ends. That means it becomes a normal call of a method instead of creating a separate thread. And if you will start the method, then it will have an independent execution path. So main starts, the thread start, main ends, and threads have some work to do, so it works, and then thereafter the thread finished. Let us see once again. Main begins, main ends, but the thread is continued, and after the execution of 10 loop, the thread finishes. So this is one way to create thread by extending the thread class. In the next video, I will show you that how can we create thread using runnable interface. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe to be in touch with your favorite channel, Java Mitra.